Sorry about my glamorous, opulent surroundings here, but I had to find a quiet place to record this video. So I didn't post anything about the 9/11 anniversary yesterday. I was super busy with a show coming up tomorrow, and quite honestly, I had to get my thoughts together. Alex Gray posted about this on his Facebook page yesterday, but this will certainly not be new information for some of you. So buckle up. Let's talk about precognitive consciousness. There's no doubt that September 11th happened. There's no doubt that it was a horrific tragedy in which thousands of innocent people perished. There's no doubt that it will be a permanent scar on American and the world's history, but what if the September 11th attacks were such an impactful event that it affected human consciousness on a global scale? I'm not talking about crystal balls and Ouija boards here. More so, I'm talking about the capability of the human consciousness to perceive the future. So let's talk about how that relates to 9/11. Princeton University runs a research group called the Global Consciousness Project, whose goal is to determine whether, and if so to what extent, human consciousness can synchronize and act coherently. They specifically studied the events of 9/11, and their director, Roger Nelson, published a paper in the Journal of Scientific Exploration in 2002 entitled Coherent Consciousness and Reduced Randomness: Correlations on September 11, 2001. Not only did they find that there was a fluctuating deviation in the data starting to resonate 10 minutes after the first plane hit and the hours following, but also in the 4 to 5 hours before any planes hit the World Trade Center. The seminal visionary, psychedelic, and genius artist Alex Gray had a daughter, Xena Lotus, born on September 15th, 1988, and that very morning, he had a vision for an artistic piece that he would later call Gaia, which he then painted in 1989. The piece depicts the world tree, with one half as pristine nature and the other half human forces of destruction bringing down the life web. The painting has two planes near the Twin Towers and a diseased phallus next to someone who looks very much like George Bush embracing a terrorist. The Beastie Boys used Alex's Gaia painting in the album artwork for the record-breaking release Ill Communication in 1994. The number one hit from that album was, of course, Sabotage, which opens with the line, "I can't stand it, I know you planned it, I'm gonna set it straight, this Watergate." On the same day, September 11, 2001, Superman comic number 596 was released, and the first panel had the Twin Towers of Metropolis City surrounded by smoke. Dream Theater also released their live scenes from New York CD with, you guessed it, the Twin Towers engulfed in flames. The Coup was a hip-hop duo out of California that started in the early 90s. The duo had an album slated for release in November 2001. The cover, designed in June of 2001, depicted the Twin Towers engulfed in flames, and that had to be retracted for obvious reasons. So, that was a lot to cover. But there's a lot more. So what do you think?